Good evening. At this time, I'd like to call to order the Planning Commission meeting of November 17, 2025. For viewers watching at home, some members of the public may be participating via video conference or teleconference. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, stand one nation, under God, liberty and justice.
Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Commissioner Buss?
Present.
Commissioner Lanson?
Here.
Commissioner McMahon? Here. Vice Chair Kettlehut?
Here.
And Chair Ferris is absent.
Tonight, we have with us Deputy Community Development Director Fabiola Zelaya Meliker. Are there any written comments, announcements, or continuances at this time?
None to report. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to clarify, we have no public comments. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent calendar with the minutes of the September 22nd, 2025 Planning Commission meeting and the general plan conformity determination on the proposed disposition and transfer of the city-owned 524 West Jance Road property to the Canal Rec and Park District. The consent calendar will be adopted in one motion unless a commissioner wishes to pull an item for discussion. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any comments or a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I will move to approve the consent calendar.
Chair, I need to unfortunately ask that the minutes be pulled because I was not at the last meeting, so I would need to abstain as to the minutes from the last meeting.
That's fine with me. All right, then I move that we approve the minutes of September 22nd, 2025.
Commissioner Buss?
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler Kettlehut?
Yes.
Commissioner Lanson is abstaining. Commissioner McMahon?
Yes.
And Chair Ferris is absent. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. And now we will open, Secretary will open the public hearing.
Do we want to do the other one, the other consent item?
Yeah, we'll need a motion for the other consent.
Oh, that's, okay, because we pulled it. Okay.
I move that we approve the general plan conformity determination on the proposed disposition and transfer of the city-owned 524 West Jans Road property to the Canal Recreation and Park District.
Commissioner Buss?
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler Kettlehut?
Yes.
Commissioner Lanson?
Yes.
Commissioner McMahon?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Chair Ferris absent.
Secretary will open the public hearing.
Hearing having been advertised as required by law is hereby open to consider Agenda Item 7A, Protected Tree Permit PTP-2025-70043 to allow the removal of one coast live oak, Quercus agrifolia tree, approximately 49 inches in diameter, causing structural damage to an existing single-family residence located at 2183 Kinross Court, and find that the project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to Section 15301 existing facilities and 15304 minor alterations to land. The applicant is Daniel Vivian.
Thank you, Lori. Presenting on behalf of staff is Community Development Department Tech 2, Greg Gomez.
Thank you, and good evening, Vice Chair Kettlehut, Planning Commissioners, and members of the public. Tonight, we're here to present a request from Daniel Vivian, a Thousand Oaks resident. I'm joined by city staff from the Community Development Department to answer questions the Commission may have regarding the request for removal of an oak tree causing damage to a single-family residence. The request is to allow the removal of one coast live oak tree, approximately 49 inches in diameter, causing structural damage to a single-family residence. Staff recommends the Planning Commission find that the project is categorically exempt from California Environmental Quality Act guidelines pursuant to Section 15301H, existing facilities, maintenance of existing landscaping, and Section 15304 minor alterations to land, and adopt a resolution approving protected tree permit PTP 2025-70043. The Planning Commission is here today to review this project because the request involves the removal of an oak tree with a trunk greater than 24 inches in diameter, causing damage to an existing residence. The project qualifies for a categorical exemption under the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines pursuant to Section 15301H, existing facilities, maintenance of existing landscaping, and Section 15304, minor alterations to land. The subject property is located in the single-family residential zone, R1, and the home was constructed in 1970. The subject tree existed in its current location when the home was constructed and has matured to a point where it is causing structural damage. The project site is located at 2183 Kinross Court. The subject residence is located in a residential neighborhood consisting of 1- and 2-story single-family dwellings. The neighborhood is bound by South Westlake Boulevard to the west and Triumphal Canyon Road to the north and east. This is an aerial view of the subject property at 2183 Kinross Court with the property line shown in red. The subject tree is the larger tree located between the driveway and the house. As you can see, the canopy of the subject tree covers a large portion of the home and extends beyond the property line to the east and overhangs a portion of the home located at 2189 Kinross Court. This is a photo from the public right-of-way of the home and the subject tree as viewed from the cul-de-sac. And this is a closer view of the home and the tree. The trunk of the tree is located within an enclosed courtyard area. This photo is taken just southeast of the enclosed courtyard. The photo demonstrates how close in proximity the trunk is to the eaves of the home and how much of the canopy looms over the home. And this is a photo demonstrating how close the tree is to the exterior wall of the home. The measurement between the home and the trunk of the tree is approximately 5 feet. For the next slide, just please take note of the easterly enclosure wall and gate in the background of this photo. This is that same gate there. A close-up view of this gate demonstrates that the uplift of this easterly enclosure wall and gate is caused by the subject tree's root system. The uplift of the wall has prevented the gate to align with the latch, resulting in a gate that does not function properly. And this photo here is from the walkway to the south entrance of the enclosed courtyard. This photo demonstrates the uplift of the hardscape causing the tree's roots, caused by the tree's root system, creating a tripping hazard. This is a photo of the walkway and stairs to the front door of the home to the west of the subject tree's trunk. This photo demonstrates the visible cracking by the walkway resulting from uplift caused by the tree's root system. And this photo is a photo of the tree and enclosed courtyard from the inside of the home. You can see how close it is to the window there. And just a few photos of the interior showing cracks occurring on the inside of the home in the flooring. And it can be concluded that the cracks on the inside of the home and the previously shown structural damage surrounding the oak tree are all caused by the root system of this large oak tree. In accordance with the city's oak tree preservation and protection guidelines, removal of the subject oak tree is necessary to protect life and property. In accordance with the applicable sections of the Thousand Oaks Municipal Code, a permit for removal can be granted when an oak tree is causing or likely to cause substantial property damage, and the damage cannot be controlled or remedied through reasonable and preventive procedures and practices. The subject tree measures approximately 50 feet in height. The roots of this tree are causing damage to the home and other surrounding structures, and if left as is, damage to the structure will likely be substantial. Staff has determined that due to the size of the oak tree and its proximity to the structure, there are no reasonable mitigation measures that can be implemented to prevent the tree from continuing to damage the structure. Removal of the tree is necessary to prevent damage to the structure and potential harm to the residents. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission find this project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines and approve Protected Tree Permit 2025-70043 per the resolution attached to the staff report. And that concludes our presentation. Staff is available for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Are there any ex parte communications to disclose from the commissioners? Do you have any comments or any questions for staff? All right, now we would ask, we have two speakers. We would ask for the applicant or the applicant's representative to speak. We have the first applicant, the first speaker is Daniel Vivian. Can you please come to the podium and state your name and city of residence for the record? And then you'll have 15 minutes to speak.
Sure. Can you hear me okay? All right. My name is Daniel Vivian. I live at 2183 Kinross Court, Thousand Oaks. Really what I wanted to come up and say is just to expound on what Greg has already put down on his report is the two things that I'm really worried about is my safety, my family's safety, and then destruction of the property. With all the wind events that have been happening lately, I am worried about that tree falling over. And you've noticed the proximity to the house there. My son and my wife and I, our rooms are upstairs in that house. That's the first place it's going to hit when it falls. So that's really my main concern. The property damage that's occurring has been, every day I seem to find something new. The floors, the drainage even today with the rain that we've been seeing, the drainage is kind of sloping towards the house there that you saw in the picture. It's sloping towards that window instead of away from that window. So that needs to be corrected and need to get in there, and that roots need to come out. So there needs to be some work done there. That's really all I had to say, is those two things are my main things, safety and the damage to the house there. And there's just no way around that tree. Thanks, everyone.
Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thank you. Our second speaker is Thomas Davies on Zoom. You have 5 minutes.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Tom Davies. I've lived in Westlake Village for 35 years, lived in my house at 2225 Glastonbury Road for 30 years, and I have been by Dan's house. I've never met Dan, although I spoke to him for the first time tonight. But I saw his tree, and I think he's got a real danger there with the tree growing so large and causing damage to his property. We have a 51-year-old olive tree in our yard. And fortunately, it doesn't grow like an oak tree, and it's about 10 feet away from our wall to our living room. So we're fortunate in that, but these trees have a way of getting big, and I certainly support Mr. Vivian's application to have the tree removed. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davies. We appreciate you calling in and supporting the applicant. We now go back to staff for any follow-up comments. Are there any extra comments?
I do not have any follow-up comments. Thank you.
Commissioners, are there any questions or comments for staff? And as the applicant, do you have any rebuttal comments? All right, thank you. All right, we're going to close the public hearing. I will now open up the floor for discussion and/or motion. Yes, Mr. Lanson, Commissioner Lanson.
Thank you, Vice Chair. It's funny, the last few days has brought the fear that I normally have for our city when it comes to the rainstorms and wind, and we have a beautiful assortment of tons of oak trees, and you never know when that huge branch is going to fall because they tend to die from the inside, so to speak, and you don't know until all of a sudden that happens. I totally understand what you're going through and your concern. It's a beautiful tree. Obviously, our namesake follows that, and we want to preserve them. But at the end of the day, people are more important. And I totally understand what you're looking at, and I appreciate the process. And we'll actually make the motion then to move that we adopt the attached resolution, which was attachment 4, based on the findings and subject to the conditions contained therein, including a finding that the request is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines pursuant to Section 15301 as to existing facilities and 15304 as to minor alterations to land, and approving PTP 2025-70043, allowing the removal of the one coast live oak tree from the property. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lanson. Will the secretary please prepare us for a vote?
Commissioner Buss?
Yes.
Commissioner Lanson?
Yes.
Commissioner McMahon?
Yes.
Vice Chair Kettlehut?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0, Chair Ferris absent.
Any aggrieved party who wishes to appeal the Planning Commission's decision may do so by filing an appeal with the Community Development Department within 10 days. Thank you. Do we have any department reports this evening?
Thank you, Vice Chair. Tomorrow's City Council meeting was canceled. On December 2nd, Community Development will have a department report to initiate a general accessory dwelling unit ordinance update, a resolution ratifying the Ventura County Fire Protection District ordinance pertaining to city building standards on the consent calendar. In the fiscal year 2025-26, financial transfer from the general fund to the CBDG fund on the consent calendar. On December 9th is reorganization, and community development will have no items. Moving on to upcoming Planning Commission schedule. There are no items scheduled today for December 1st or December 8th. On January 12th, there will be a public hearing on a consistency finding for disposition of city property at 401-403 Hillcrest Drive to the Conejo Recreation and Park District, and to consider recommending a development agreement to City Council, establishing a binding contract to maintain the existing general plan land use designations of commercial town, mixed use, and parks, golf courses, and open space in a specific plan number 17 in their current state for 40 years, unless otherwise modified at the request of the property owner. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure we have no AB 1234 reports. Anything? All right. Thank you. We will now adjourn to the next meeting, potentially on December 1st, 2025 at 6 p.m. Thank you. We're adjourned.